everyone, this is ChakaWhat here, and today I'm going to be presenting to you my top 10 scariest Elder Scrolls characters. This list was suggested to me by Lars, so thanks for watching my videos, dude. Up in number 10, I have chosen Agosta. He was a long-lived and powerful slowed necromancer who loyally served Clavicus Vile from his home, the Isle of Agosta, off the coast of Stros Mackay. The island was given to him by Menimarco, and Brother Nidal of Arche mentioned that Prince Ator was successful at keeping Agosta at bay. After the death of the prince, Governor Emil Richten established relations with Agosta and gave him the gift of a red diamond. Agosta was a very sour soul and trapped many unfortunate souls in gems, gifting them to Clavicus Vile. This fate fell to Azara, but Cyrus the Restless was able to rescue her and kill Agosta in the process. 9. Perthan Yorn. He was a lusty spider Daedra who served Vanshala. He met the apprentice while they were traversing the Battlespire and was incredibly eager to get in their pants or kill them. He possessed a Met sigil of entry and was incredibly hedonistic and self-absorbed. 8. Arundel. He was a necromancer and ice mage banished from Dawnstar because of his experiments. He took refuge in Ingvild and began reanimating and enslaving the dead. He also had a sickly obsession with the milkmaids of Dawnstar, which is made even more disgusting finding that his army of the dead is overwhelmingly made of female Draugr and reanimated young specters. The Dragonborn encountered him when they were sent by Vekel the Man to collect his journals for a buyer. 7. Quintus Verus. Though Stormhold isn't a fantastic game by any means, I was incredibly impressed by the startling presence of the Mad Warden. He was corrupting the prison's inhabitants and led many excavations in search for the Storm Crystal. Whenever the Master Tunnel Rat, yes, that's the protagonist's real name. Whenever the Master Tunnel Rat would camp, Quintus would interrupt them and threaten them with patronizing messages, then disappear. Finally, he and the Master Tunnel Rat battled, but at that time there was nothing of Verus left, only a corrupted monster. 6. Fatima Septim. Also known as the Wolf Queen, she was a relentlessly evil woman who grew up in the Imperial City. At quite a young age, she still snuck around the Imperial Palace, stealing documents to blackmail members of her family with. She was also a famous beauty, with many suitors, but her father married her to the King of Solitude to smooth over relations. She battled hard for her son, Uriel, to take the throne, even stooping down to necromancy. Many in the Soul Cairn were victims of Fatima's power, and while she was killed during the War of the Red Diamond, she was resurrected as a powerful ethereal force in the Fourth Era by necromancers in Battle of the Dovahkiin. 5. Movarth Pequine. He was an incredibly old vampire who during his human life was a vampire enthusiast and hunter. The book Immortal Blood describes his conquests, then his final fall to the bite of a Cyrodiilic priest. He went on to become the master vampire of his own covenant, Skyrim, and disappeared for a long time. Many thought Pequine to be dead, until he resurfaced in Morthal during the Fourth Era. He turned a young Nordic woman named Alva into a vampire, and began planning his takeover of the town. His plans were to use Morthal for protection, and its people for cattle. Thankfully, his plans were foiled when a group of villagers led by the Dragonborn stormed his lair. 4. Mephala. She is the demon prince of murder, sex, and secrets. She is known to interfere with mortals for mere amusement and enjoys corrupting innocent minds with the whispers of others. Her realm, Spiralskine, is constructed very much like Nirn's Wheel. It is a place of torment, anguish, maggots, murder, temptation, seductive lights, feasts, and punishment for all mortals who traverse there. Though known as a good Daedra in the Tribunal faith, she is known to encourage betrayal. One of her artifacts, the Ebony Blade, draws its power from the sting of treachery, and all in all her main goal is to ensue chaos between friends. 3. Hare Dare. He is the dungeon master of House Dementia in the Shivering Isles, and served under Syl, the Lady of Paranoia. Because of his lady's distrust of everyone, he found himself frequently used as a torturer. He and the hero of ChakaWhat, when they were named Inquisitor, worked together to unearth a plot against Lady Syl. Hare Dare is a sadist and enjoys his job very much. He feels no sympathy for his victims of his or others' actions, and only has his eyes on obtaining information in any way possible. He derives pleasure from torturing people and having them cower before him. 2. Matthew Bellomont. As a young boy, Matthew's father contacted the Dark Brotherhood via the Black Sacrament. A hooded man by the name of LeChance met him, and as the contract stated, murdered the young boy's mother. Vengeance then began to fester within young Matthew's heart. He began plotting his revenge against the Brotherhood and the assassin named LeChance. He joined the Dark Brotherhood, showing his talents as a killer. He began to live in Anvil's lighthouse in secret, keeping ragged animals and his mother's festering head with him. In his journals, he states that the longer he stayed with the Brotherhood, the more it became a part of him. He gained the trust of his peers and was able to become part of the Black Hand, then framed Lucien LeChance and gleefully mutilated him with the others of the Black Hand. And for number 1, I have chosen Mullenball, god of schemes, harvester of souls, king of rape, lord of brutality, and prince of rage. The antithesis of all that is good, his main desires are to spread strife and pain across the realms, and to have all mortals submit their wills to him. He created the vampires when he fatally rapes the need, Mephala, and his worshippers will sacrifice their women to him to become daughters of Cold Harbor. He condemned his own winged twilight daughter to eternal punishment for falling in love with a frost atronach. He appears as a large, devilish being with sharp teeth and large horns. He is also the main source of troubles that have befell the Dunmer people, and his realm, Cold Harbor, is modeled after Tamriel, with the ground made of sludge, fires in the sky, and air made of ice. I hope you've enjoyed my list and found it helpful, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye!
Do you believe in kissing, honey? You bet I do. Well, I believe in kissing, honey.